Hello, my friends. I have got a fun one in my mind this morning. So I'm going to take some clean water. I'm going to add a little bit of color to it so that you can hopefully see what I'm doing. But I'm just going to kind of do a general shape of a bird, a funny bird. I'm going to do a circle for the head, and then I'm going to bring a little neck down, a big belly, and then we'll bring the back down as well. And we'll tweak it as we go. We'll tweak it, but I want this to be wet because I'm going to put several different colors in here to let them blend together. This is just going to be a fun, lighthearted painting. Okay, so I've got my basic shape that I want, and I'm going to start with some blue, and I'm just going to start tapping it in here and bring it down the back a little bit. Maybe bring it up here. Just play with it. You can do whatever colors you want. Make some feathers coming off of here. Maybe put a little bit in here. And I kind of just want blue, green, maybe a little red. We're going to make his belly green. I'm going to just get a yellow green for that. Kind of looks like our tulip leaves over there a little bit. Not trying to coordinate my pages, but sometimes they turn out that way. All right, let's put a little green up here too. Just let them all go like that. And I am going to bring a little bit of red to let it blend with the blue so that maybe we'll get a little purple in there as well. Let's just go like this. Okay. Bring some feathers up this way. I'm going to bring in a little bit more blue because that's actually a little more red than I was going for. So let's bring in some bright blue and let some of that bright blue go into the green as well. Put some up here. Just let them run together however you would like. This is going to be whimsical, obviously. Hopefully that's obvious at this point. I'm going to move my paper so that it can just kind of run this way a little bit. Hopefully you can see the colors running and just let them do their thing. Let those two lines run together. Ish. I love it. Okay. I am going to let this dry and move on to our next step. Actually, I let it dry. I mean, I'm going to help it dry. And that is mostly dry. It's a little bit wet on the belly, but I'm going to just come in with some blue and do a little bit more. Like again, this is dry, so it's not going to blend. I'm just going to do a little outline here and flick up some of the feathers so they're a little bit brighter. And I'm going to do the same with the red because the red dried a little bit lighter than I was hoping for. Have fun with it. You can do as many layers as you want until it looks the way you want it to look. Now I'm going to take most of the water off of my brush so that the red on there is going to be a little bit brighter and not watered down too much. Maybe make that part of the wing. Let it blend with the blue so we get a little bit of purple. And we're going to help that to dry as well. Maybe a little bit of red up here too. And I've decided I want a little bit more blue. Got something on my brush here. A little bit more blue doing its thing here. Have that be the predominant color here on the top layer. I think this is the top layer. You never know. Once it dries, sometimes I change my mind. All right. Yep, I like it. Might even just do a few little flicks coming off of this. Make it extra fun. And you're probably thinking, girl, that is not the shape of a bird. Just wait. When you see the face that I have in mind for this, hopefully, hopefully it'll make more sense. Okay, you know how I said sometimes I change my mind? See, now I want to bring in some of our yellow green from the belly, and I'm going to put that in the feathers as well. I think I got a little too much paint on there. Here we go. Just want some nice bright green worked in here as well. Again, just play and have fun with it. Okay, now I'm going to move on to the face once this is dry. I know I don't have to worry about, but if I put my hand in it, I don't want to mess it up. So we will dry it. Okay, now I'm going to take bleed proof white. Actually, I'm going to start with the beak instead of the eye. So I'm just going to get orange for our beak. Whatever orange you've got. If you happen to be using the same paints that I am using, the Paul Rubens, I am actually going to use this, which is a cadmium red light, but I like the oranginess of it. All right, so for the beak, we're going to make it have some extra attitude, maybe a little bend at the end, right? I might do another layer on this. We're going to dry this and see what it looks like. There we go. Okay, let that dry. And I think that dried nicely. So now I'm going to come in with my bleed proof white and work on the eye. Just get a little bit of that on my brush. Get plenty of it on my brush, really, because I want it to be a nice opaque coat here. And I'm going to do a big circle. I am going to cover some of that up, I think. Give it an eyelid here in a little bit, but I want it to be a nice big circle. We'll let that completely dry. And now that that's dry, I'm going to bring in some blue and give a little bit of an eyelid here. A little, maybe around half of it, I'm covering it up. Okay, there's that. I'm going to dry that. Now, what I don't like is that there's some blue up here. I'm going to make that more green so that the eyelid stands out a little bit more. So I'm going to make that head part up there a little more of our yellow-green shade. There we go. Let that dry. And now I'm going to come in with just black on my brush, and I'm going to make her looking at us. I'm going to attempt to anyway. So I'm going to have the eye kind of a little side eye looking at us. Okay, dry, dry. And to add a little reflection in the eye, I'm just going to do a little more bleed proof white and put a little dot in there, maybe a couple. Okay. And as long as I like what I see when we're finished, I'm done with the paint. I'm bringing in a Micron pen, and I'm going to give some eyelashes. Some pretty fancy eyelashes there. And I'm going to do a little separation of the beak, maybe ending with a little bit of a smile at the end, a little smirk. Give some kind of like messy hair don't care look. Yep, loving it. Looking good, looking good. Couple legs. And I think I will do knees because that's what I do. Because birds with knees are like the best. So let's just do that. Couple knees. Yep, loving it. Now, I think I'm going to come in with my white gel pen because, let me get the right one. I like the bigger ones. I'm going to come in with my size 10 if I have enough left in it. And I'm going to just accentuate the eyes a little bit. Maybe just come around that whole eye there. Okay, and then some white marks in the feathers as well. Brighten it up a little bit, little contrast. Maybe we'll do some little dots on the belly and the chest. Can be dots, can be lines, can be a mixture. We're going for fun here, you know what I mean? I think you do. And maybe even just do a little bit of outline, just little scribbly lines here and there. Again, this to me adds interest and whimsy, and so that's why I'm doing it. You do not have to do that. Okay. And look at that. I think she's pretty cute. All right, now I want to write a little message on this one. See if you think it matches. I always hesitate to write words because I don't write very straight. So if you want to, sometimes I think, oh, I'll go into pencil first, but I'm also like, it's okay. It's okay, especially for this one. I think if it's wonky, it's going to match. So I'm going to purposefully write wonkily. Normal is overrated. Normal is overrated. How's that? And I'm also scared I'm going to misspell something, but I think we're good. Oh no, I did misspell overrated. Oh gosh, this is my life. Okay, this is the beauty of writing in a wonky way because I'm just going to pretend that I wrote an R up here too. Overrated. Yeah, I'm going with it. Okay, we can always fix it, you guys. We can always fix it. Okay, there she is in all her goofy glory, and I hope you try it. I hope you try something like this. Use your favorite colors, do different expressions and the eyes and the beak and all that. And I hope you have fun with it. Let me know if you give it a try, and otherwise, I will see you in the next video.